It's that splendiferous time of the year where we get to nerd the fuck out because there's comic book news being dropped like a motherfucker every single inch of the way. And fanboy wars as far as the eye can see. Meanwhile, actual fans kind of sit back, just take a sip and laugh at all their stupid fucking bullshit, because the fact is, if you're a comic book fan, you're into actual comics and not labels and fucking logos. But anyway, Justice League. The shit that's been a long time in the making. I mean, we've got how many fucking Avenger flicks already? We're finally going to see the inevitable Justice League movie, and the trailer that they ended up showing off at the San Diego Comic-Con this year is a million times better than what we had seen before, and that one already had me hyped. But there was still some second guessing about things and a lot of shit that I could just safely assume. But with this, and especially after we ended up getting Wonder Woman, no. This shit right here, this has lots of promise in it, and it has me happy as fuck. I mean, to begin with, we got to see the big bad himself. I mean, technically, we already got to with some extra clips through Batman vs. Superman, but that remains to be seen. But the big bad, and when I say that, I end up thinking about Buffy the Vampire Slayer just because of Spike. Anybody? No? Buffy the Vampire Slayer is fucking amazing, so you should go and watch it. But Steppenwolf, not to be confused with the band, Steppenwolf is going to be the main baddie of this particular outing, and this makes a lot of sense. If you know anything about the DC universe, then you should already know that it's inevitable. We are going to see motherfucking Darkseid show up to go toe-to-toe with the entirety of the Justice League, because, I mean, he is one of their biggest villains. You know, he is their Thanos, for example. Like, this motherfucker is the real deal. You figure he reigns supreme over all of Apocalypse, and guess what he's doing? He's sending in his uncle, yes, his fucking uncle, Steppenwolf, who's the leader of his entire army, to lead the charge and to fuck everybody up. And this makes sense, because we had already seen, like, a while ago where Batman was going having flashbacks and shit, and there was, like, parademons and shit, and most people went and caught on to that. They were like, oh, fuck. We know what to go and expect. And again, it was kind of predictable, but still, we see Steppenwolf roll in, complete with this big fucking electric axe, and that thing is badass as shit. Granted, it looks like a World of Warcraft weapon, but when you see that, when you end up drumming up some kind of correlation between Valhallan, though we aren't going to talk about the Justice Friends or anything like that, though technically we should. We just need more Dexter's Laboratory, because, I mean, if we're going to bring back shit, Dexter's Lab would be one of the best things to bring back. Just saying. That'd be awesome. But he's rolling in with his electric axe and just cracking fucking heads. Like, the one shot where he just went and he just fucked up the entire ground and everything was just, like, ripping up. It looked like he was trying to go and create Apocalypse, like, right there and then. Like, I'm just gonna sew the entire Earth to look exactly like that. I don't give a fuck about no new Genesis bullshit or Earth. Fuck all of you. And if you got to read anything on Earth 2, you already know that this motherfucker is the real deal. Personally, for me, the very first time I got to see Steppenwolf at all was because of shit like Superman the Animated Series. Most people know about Batman the Animated Series, but I ended up watching both. But he was also in the Justice League cartoons. Those were the shit. That and Justice League Unlimited, no. That was the shit. I don't give a fuck what anybody says at all. But I thought it was kind of interesting that, here's a little bit of trivia, just for shits and giggles, because I got into so many fucking debates and arguments with motherfuckers online who were sitting there having a fucking pissing contest and shit about things like, well, Thor Ragnarok and the Avengers and Marvel, and it's all better than DC. Oh no, you don't understand, like, Justice League's just getting started. It's gonna be so much fucking better than everything that they... I'm like, shut the fuck up. You realize that Jack Kirby co-created a lot of the shit that you're seeing. The Avengers co-created it. Oh, man, all the shit with the New Gods that you're seeing right now, along with Darkseid and all that shit, co-created that. So the guy responsible for all this shit that you're talking about is better than the other is made by one fucking guy. Shut the fuck up already. Just enjoy the movies. They're completely separate movies. Just watch it and enjoy it. I don't get the fucking fanboyism. Like, I don't. Like, you're a comic book fan, right? Yeah! Well, you have preferences. No! I only have just this one thing that's obviously better than everything else, and you can't tell me other ones. Like, just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Have a bountiful amount of shut the fuck up. Just take it and run with it. There's free samples right by the door. Go and take some more while you can. We'll bring that shit and ship it 2-day priority. Fuck yes. Anyway, But Steppenwolf looked badass as fuck. Oh my god, I mean, the Parademons already look really fucking cool, and we already know that they're Justice League fodder. Like, they are going to be the kill count fodder for them to be like, I killed 60, I killed over 100. I don't even know what the fuck you were doing. I just got here, it doesn't matter. You're so fucking far behind. Like, look at your EXP bar. That ain't even shit. Go on, fuck off. But seeing all this, it was like, this is going to be such an epic battle, because he's overpowered as shit. Think somebody who's like, around the strength of like Superman and shit, plus this motherfucker's got weapons out the ass, and mother boxes. We don't even know what kind of like, what all is he going to boom tube into Earth? That's a good fucking question. Because I mean, he can go and bring all the fucking Parademons, but I'm wondering, what else are we going to see other than Steppenwolf? Because I'm kind of curious. Are we going to see Granny Goodness? I would love to see the actual like film version of Granny Goodness, because in the Justice League cartoons and the comics and shit, I've always found her to be like unsettling and kind of fucked up, because I'm just like, have you seen her? Have you heard the way that she talks and shit? It's weird as fuck, but she's not to ever be messed with. And the shit that she's done to people on New Genesis, dude, holy fuck, she's like really corrupted, really fucking psychotic. So I'm like, yeah, and then Calabec, we could go and have him brought in, but I just worry about if they start bringing in too many characters that they wouldn't be explaining their backstories, and then all of a sudden the movie would be crowded, because you figure we're getting Justice League before we're getting the likes of a Flash movie, an Aquaman movie, a brand new Batman movie, which that shit ended up getting delayed. You know, we already got Superman, we already have Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was fucking amazing, but for them to go into this expanded universe, there's so much more to explain, so I'm just wondering, are they going to do a movie about everything on New Genesis, since that's pretty much like the other side of the coin for Apocalypse. So if you get to see all that shit, it's like literally night and day. Like, no fucking joke. And it's really interesting, like, if you look into all sorts of different mythologies out there, especially Norse mythology, which a lot of this is based off of, this is where all that's stemming from. Just obviously Kirby was like, alright, we're gonna do this our way. And there's been, you know, different incarnations of all these characters, because, well, the multiverse, gotta love that shit, and it just makes it more confusing for newcomers and shit, so I'm hoping that they stay with just one kind of continuity within the actual DC movie universe, just to make it a lot easier to understand. But holy fuck, there's a lot to understand about this and to wrap your head around, so I just want them to go and do this shit right, because I like these kind of flicks, and I want to love the living crap out of them. I do. I don't give a fuck about being like, this is better than that. I don't give a shit. I just want to like all of them and enjoy all of them. All of you should want them to be good. I don't know why people would want something to be bad. That makes no fucking sense to me, like, at all. But anyway, so something that I want to go and point out, beyond all this shit of Steppenwolf being really fucking badass, again, not having anything to do with the band, and he's going to be leading the charge, and it's just gonna be all-out warfare, is we don't have a Superman. And we already know Superman's not dead. Let's just get that out of the way. He's not dead. You know that he's not fucking dead. Like, you would have to be dumb as a fucking goddamn doornail to think that Supes is actually gone. We already know from the death of Superman that he doesn't die, and there was too many things that they ended up dropping in all the movies and in these trailers and shit to just indicate, you know what, I think he's around. And people have actually come up with their own fan theories. Well, it might be Supergirl. I don't see that shit happening. Like, I don't see that shit happening at all. Like, the one point where Batman Center are looking at some kind of little hologram projection thing, and you see, like, the red cape and shit, people are like, oh, that might be Supergirl. No, it's not. He's just trying to figure out, is Superman actually dead? There ain't no way the motherfucker's dead. Like, he's kind of hard to kill, if you haven't noticed. Like, he is Superman. It's anybody? No? And if you notice, like, when it came to a lot of things, despite the fact that Batman is supposed to be, like, hardened and brooding and shit, and, you know, not a gravelly voice, and I don't give a fuck about things, and fuck feelings and emotions and all that shit, he gives a shit about all of his comrades, especially Superman, despite the fact that, you know, they're always butting heads over and over again. And all you gotta do is just say the name Martha. God, was that fucking stupid, by the way. Why did they do it that way? Just so fucking dumb. Anyhow. But Superman most definitely is, and like the one point where Alfred at the end of the trailer is just like, hope you're not too late. you already know that Superman's probably gonna end up rolling in towards, like, maybe the middle of the fight whenever the chips seem to be down and a lot of the characters are just losing. Yeah, that's what I expect, like, Superman to come in and just even a score, because, I mean, he's fucking Superman. That's going to tip the scale in your favor big time, no matter who the fuck you are and what you're fighting. But that's what I imagine with that, and anybody who's, like, saying, oh, he ain't gonna be in a movie, are you fucking crazy? It's Superman. Like, we're talking about the actual trinity of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. Like, it'd be insane not to have them inside of this. But there was something that was mentioned. Like, there was a voiceover. I don't know who the fuck the voiceover was because I didn't recognize the voice. So, I mean, some people were like, maybe it's Steppenwolf. I was like, I mean, is it? Like, we don't know who it is technically because there's a lot of characters that they're more likely going to be introducing into this. So, but regardless of that, they had said, no Kryptonians, no Lanterns. So I was like, Kryptonians, so who all else could they be bringing in? And oh my god, wait! No Lanterns? A Green Lantern movie? And please, for the love of fucking god, if you were going to end up bringing in the actual Lanterns, and I'd want them to do like Blackest Night. I don't give a fuck at all. Blackest Night was one of the most amazing, like, if you have read a lot of Green Lantern stories, you already know that Blackest Night is probably one of the best stories because this shit spanned the entire DC universe. Like, it was a big ass comic event, and it was so fucking good. But anyway, despite the fact that we kind of know that Hal Jordan kind of just, I don't know, sucked. If you ever got to see the fucking movie and shit, bring in Jon Stewart. I've been saying that shit so often. I love the fuck out of Jon Stewart as an actual Green Lantern, and he would be perfect for this kind of shit. Like, just do that. The whole Hal Jordan thing, if you're gonna bring him in as like the Spectre or some shit. Like, I don't give a fuck. I just don't want to see that, or what is it, Halifax? Like, I always forget, god damn it, is it Halifax? I don't know, the one where he's like some kind of crazy psychotic god and he end up killing a whole lot of motherfuckers. That. But Jon Stewart would be the ideal and perfect candidate to go and wash away all of those memories of it. I mean, Deadpool already ended up saying this shit perfectly for everybody, as did the box office numbers. So, yeah. If that wasn't a clear indicator. But if they can go and bring in Green Lantern into this kind of shit, and then, like, can you imagine they do that shit right? Because the actual Lantern story in that entire universe, that entire sector of DC Comics and superhero-dom, oh, if done right, man. And there were some things, like, I actually did like the way that aesthetically they ended up setting up a lot of the shit, like, in space and on the planets and stuff, and I'm like, fuck. Please do this. Please do this right. Please don't fuck it up. That's all I'm saying. Please. I'm asking nicely. Like, just do that. But still, the fact that they am doing it, and during that voiceover part, when they were showing Cyborg, it was just like, Cyborg doesn't look like a PlayStation 2 cutscene. Look at that! And I'm not talking about, like, one of the good ones, one of the CG cutscenes. No, he looked like one of the in-game models. Like, why did he look all fucked up? He looked like one of the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas NPCs. Not even one of the main characters. One of the NPCs walking around and shit. I'm like, you look fucking stupid. Please fix that. He looks so fucking artificial. He looks like he's floating over the actual footage of the movie. And then, this time, they made it look fucking amazing. Like, he legitimately looks like he's actually there. A living, breathing human being. Well, cyborg, still. Name. And I'm still holding out hope. I don't give a fuck how far-fetched it is, but maybe a Titans reunion? Not just Teen Titans, I'm talking like actual Titans. Maybe Starfire and Raven and Beast Boy, but most notably, Nightwing, because we deserve a Nightwing movie. Actually, all I really want is the people who end up doing the Daredevil series to do a Nightwing series. Not on the CW, though. The CW holds so much shit back. I swear Arrow and The Flash would be a lot fucking better. And I don't give a fuck about the Supergirl series, truth be told. And you're gonna go and sit there and boo and complain. I'm sorry, it's just not my thing. Like, Power Girl, that's kind of interesting. This shit, nah. Nope, can't do it. Just can't. Just not digging it. And the Superman that they have on that shit, weak as fuck, lame as fuck. There's too many memes about him, too many memes. Super memes. But still, I did like the fact that Cyborg looked proper, and the fact that he took control of, like, Batman's ship, and Alfred's just like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Who the fuck are you? Like, who? How did you get it? Do I know you? And he's just like, nah, everything's fine. I'm literally like a living computer and shit. Alien technology from a different universe that ended up going and transforming me. Crazy, right? Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go shoot shit now with Batman's toys. So yeah, where does he get those amazing toys from? I mean, from the Bat store, I imagine. By the way, Aquaman ended up being like Kit from Tailspin. He's like basically treating a parademon kind of like a surfboard and gliding down through the sky, smashing through a fucking building, obliterating the fuck out of it, and then comes down and he's all fixing his hair and shit, and I was just like, Jason, you're such an awesome fucking character. Oh man, he's so fucking badass. But seeing him do that shit, and whoever they're paying to do up the actual special effects and shit, when he was underwater, motherfucker actually looked like he was really underwater, like that. And we're gonna get our first true taste of Atlantis through this, because again, we're not going to be getting an Aquaman movie before all this. But I thought it was kind of interesting that Themyscira and Atlantis are both going to be focal points, it seems like, because you got to see both of these like dropped in this shit, and Steppenwolf is just trying to go in because, well, there's mother boxes there. So two worlds that are all big with magic and shit. I just thought that was kind of cool. I'm like, all right. This is going to end up being a big movie. I'm hoping it's not like some 4-hour long ass movie. Split this shit up into like multiple entries because it'll be a lot easier for tons of us to go and digest. But still, this shit is looking good. And I'm sorry, but Aquaman looks so fucking badass. Just every time he's smashing down that fucking trident, I'm like, yeah! And people were making fun of Aquaman for years and years and years. Now suddenly everybody's like, oh, well, I guess he's kind of cool. I'm like, you read the comics? He's been badass for a long ass time. Let alone the version of him in Flashpoint. Oh my god, Aquaman in Flashpoint is fucking disgustingly overpowered. Also, his kill count shits through the fucking roof. I just was like, so let me get this straight. You're murdering everybody along with Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman and Aquaman are murdering everybody. I'm all for this. Do it again. Plus, the Batman part of Flashpoint, it's so fucking good. But seriously, this entire trailer was fucking badass as shit. I just couldn't help but to think, whatever fucking song they end up using, I just want the actual, like, Justice League Unlimited intro song to be playing, like, like, dude, the fucking guitar shit and that, oh my god, it's so fucking good. But I'm hoping that we end up seeing this introduce us to other shit and the individual movies all come together and the continuity is like on fucking point and they take their time. You don't need to rush to go and match Marvel's movie output. They're doing their shit just fine. Just take your time and make it right. Please do that. We do not need another Suicide Squad on our hands. We do not ever need another Suicide Squad. Nobody needs another Suicide Squad. We're getting another Suicide Squad because it fucking did well in the box office. But we don't need another one. Well, okay, we need another one done right. That'd be kind of nice. Kind of crazy, right? It just, no? Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. But so, I was hyped up about all this shit. I'm enjoying it. And the fact that, again, we're getting Thor Ragnarok, which, I'm sorry, but seeing Thor running around with like Loki and the Hulk and shit, I'm just like, this makes me so happy. Like down here, and then this shit on top of that, and we're getting like Punisher announcements and stuff, and I'm like, fucking love Comic-Con. One day I want to be able to go to this shit because they got Comic-Cons all over the country and shit, and I've been to a whopping 0. Look at that, big old fat fucking 0. Almost as thick as my dick. Still, just one of those things where I'm just like, I want to go to this shit and see it in person. It would be kind of awesome. Plus, the cosplays at Comic-Cons are always just like top fucking tier stuff. But anyway, Justice League. Opinions and thoughts and feelings, put it in the comment box. If you haven't watched my latest videos, go and watch those. If you don't give a shit about comics and just came to complain, here's Comic Box. Just like bitch and complain. I don't know. I still like the shit. Doesn't matter what the fuck you think. Anyway, I'm hyped as fuck. This is all good shit. This is Alpha Omega Sin. As always, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers game the fuck on.